my peaches, I'm Eleanor and I'm getting ready to pull your 2020 year ahead tarot forecast. I'll be using Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month. And then when I do your monthlies, I'm going to pull more cards and we can unpack the themes that come out with each card for each month. Each video is going to be labeled by zodiac sign, and it's also going to have a title so you'll know if it might be for you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay because I'm reading for a lot of people and I do offer personal readings. My information will be in the description box below. Hit me up. I would love to see what's going on and help you out. Also, this reading may not necessarily resonate with your sun sign, so I recommend looking up all of your sign placements, because if you're more interested in a love reading, you might want to know where your sign is and your Venus sign is, or if you're wanting to know more about sex or your passion project, you'll want to know where your Mars is placed. Deeply personal, emotional things will be your moon. How other people are perceiving you, that'll be your rising. So if you get a full chart, you'll be able to get more out of my readings and find out which video is going to be the best one for you to watch and be most relevant to you. Also, this is my first video series ever, so I have a lot of wrinkles to work out, but bear with me. I know you just want to get to the messages, right? So let's get to it. Hey Capricorn, are you ready to find out what 2020 has in store for you? Let's break it down month by month. Okay, Capricorn, let's dig in. Let's find out what energies you'll be dealing with. This will be a general 1 card per month overview, and then I'll do a video, one for each month, where we pull more cards and break it down and dig in and get more detail and clarity on what these themes, how these themes are going to bear out in the month. So, Capricorn for January. How does Capricorn start out the year in January? Capricorn, January. Let's see. 1 card. That's not 1 card. That's a bunch of cards. Let's see what we can find out for Capricorn in January. Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn, you're starting out in your element, feeling in your power, feeling like yourself, feeling like you know what to do, feeling like you know how to start, feeling like you're off and running in your element in January. Capricorn, in February, as we move in through February, you're going to have to stay playing it safe, playing it by the book, playing it the way things have always been done. And the reason this energy is beneficial to you in February is because as you master and you stay on the up and up and you build a good name for yourself, you're going to learn the ins and outs, and you're going to learn how to start paving your own way and gaining mastery in something. So this is going to involve being included in an institution, whether it's educational, whether it's legal or religious. It's going to be going by the book and playing it in our culturally recognized, tried and true way. But you don't have to stay stuck there, Capricorn. Which I can reassure you, in March is maybe, if you're feeling that way, it isn't true. In March, Capricorn, there may be a way that your mental energy is getting in your way, and ways that you're telling yourself stories that you can't do something, ways that you're shooting down ideas that you may be having, ideas of how you can move forward, ideas how you can use some of this knowledge that you may be gaining in February, and saying, maybe I could try, no, that won't work. Well, what about, no, that's not going to work either, and just feeling like you cannot move forward. And in fact, you can. You just need to get out of your own way, some way. Capricorn, in March, you're in your own way. And that's all right. We'll figure it out. How to just step forward even though you don't think it's clear. It is clear. For April, it does show you doing that. Capricorn, in April, it shows you blazing a brand new path. So while here you've had to walk the straight and narrow, stay on the main thoroughfare, here that may have been because of the way these institutions operate. There may be a way that your thoughts have grown to be self-limiting, and because they're of this conventional wisdom and conventional ways of operating, there's ways you can do it, and any other way is going to you're going to be told no, and you're going to feel no, and that's not going to work. And here's where you break free from that and you start blazing a new path and macheting away through where there was not, it's unpaved. You're going to be choosing a direction that no one's gone before, and where here you had to follow the rules, and let's say, I should say, where you've had to learn the rules and follow them, and here you may have been feeling restricted by them. Not anymore. Now you're blazing your own way through. Now you're making your own rules. Because you stuck around long enough to learn how it works and master it, then you can break free and start playing with your energy a little bit and start creating something new. So Capricorn, in May, you have the Four of Wands. It's looking like this is going to be working out for you. Four of Wands is celebrating milestones. So somewhere along this path, this new trail you've been blazing, it's leading to someplace stable. It's leading to some kind of success that can be celebrated. It's going to lead to a transformation. It's going to lead to you changing and growing in some way that's going to be cause for a celebration. It's going to be something that's recognized. It's going to be a transformation that brings you some more stability and recognition in May. Capricorn, what does June look like for you? June energy for Capricorn. Seven of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to let you know, Capricorn, in June, you're not going to have the whole story. You're going to have bits and pieces of information, and it's important to remember that as you move through that, not to create a story out of that one little puzzle piece. That there's confirmation bias, there's with the Seven of Swords, we're telling ourselves what we want to hear, and we are also massaging the facts that we present. It's not lying and it's not manipulation. It's nothing that negative. It's just, it can be putting on a happy face when we don't want others to know what all we're going through. And it can also be hearing a part of a story and then thinking that's the whole thing and then running away with it. So don't let your imagination run away with you because you have one little partial fact. It's not the whole situation. So there's going to be a need to check all of your facts, step back and get the bigger picture, and not get wrapped up in some detail that is not indicative of the entire situation. And so when we pull cards for you, Capricorn, in June to break that down, we'll find out more what the truth of the situation is and get what that actual bigger picture is. Instead of me just telling you need to look at the bigger picture, we'll pull cards and find out more about what that means in June. All right, Capricorn, July. Let's find out what July has. Seven of Pentacles, Capricorn. So you're going to be, this is probably wise considering where you're coming from here in June. I get it. So this is a little bit more grounded than that. This is definitely staying in the realm of fact and assessment and figuring out what's working and what's working and what isn't, what's going to stay and what's going to go. So in order to do this most effectively, in order to assess where your efforts are going to have the most effect and where you need to change and where you need to stay the same, you're going to need to have all of this information. So don't leap to this too soon. Try and gather all of your facts here, get all of the information, and don't leave anything. Another thing about the Seven of Swords here in June, Capricorn, is to make sure that everything gets communicated and that everything gets rooted out. And don't leave any little things, little burrs that could gather more things and accumulate into big things. Any little unaddressed grievance can grow and become a relationship breaking resentment in the long term. So root that out, get it on the surface, and then get it gone so it's not sitting under the surface growing in the shadows. And then with all of the facts and all of your information complete, then you can move on to July and do an accurate balance sheet of what's working and what's not, and move forward and make better, more informed decisions. So Capricorn, what's going on in August? So in August, you're going to be feeling really fired up towards something, and it may not be something you know much about, and that's all right. This feels like the spark of inspiration towards something new that you have not done before. So this is going to be something you're going to have to research and learn about. But the great thing about it is it's like a little kid who can, in their mind, invent all kinds of solutions to problems because they haven't yet learned the actual limitations of science and physics. There's still magic involved in this. And so this is where all of your ideas, you can just generate all kinds of new inspirations, ideas, and worry about what's possible and what's not possible later. Don't get bogged down by all that. Grown up thinking, there's before school when everything is possible, and then you go to school and you find out what is and isn't possible, thanks to grown-ups. And then we kind of prune our passion. And so this in August, Capricorn is going to be going back to that pre-pruning where everything is still possible, and you're going to reclaim a bit of a sense of wonder. Some of that gets, some of our sense of wonder gets dulled as we grow up. And so I'm feeling, Capricorn, this beautiful resurgence of anything is possible in August. So let's see what September looks like. All right. So there's a pitfall to this Page of Wands energy in August, Capricorn, because in September, it looks like you got ahead of yourself. It looks like you said yes to too many things. It looks like you've started an awful lot of projects without any idea how to finish them, which is, this enthusiasm is awesome and amazing and exciting. And here in September, you may have to turn some things down and be more realistic about what you can and cannot actually accomplish. And that's not going to be in that icky what is and isn't possible way, but just more what kind of time you have, what kind of energy you have, and not choose to put something down in a giving up sort of way, or that's not possible. What's the word I'm looking for? Resignation, but more that you're going to cut out the things that inspire you the least, and you're going to just hang on to the things that inspire, that have the most possibility and bring out the most sense of wonder for you. Nothing extra. Don't say yes to anything that is the slightest bit that feels heavy. Only say yes to the things that are going to light you up. All right, Capricorn for October. Did I get off? July was the Seven of Pentacles. August was the resurgence of energy. September is where you have to put down some things that you said yes to that aren't totally in your passion. And then in October, you may... October, Capricorn, you're going to be finding your way back to yourself. So there is an explosion outward of passion and of saying yes and taking on a whole lot in September. And then in October, you'll be left alone with only the things closest to your heart here. So the things after you've set down some of these wands, some of these things you've said yes to, and you're left with the one or two most dear things, then you're going to go into your cave and you're going to get to work on these things. Hold on. And this is going to be you lit by your own light at your work table with one single lantern, and that lantern is your truth and your passion. That's where you get to the real work. This is the inspiration. This is the trimming down of what you're actually going to spend your time on. And in October is where you'll be burning the midnight oil, doing the real work. Let's see, Capricorn, November. November for Capricorn. All right. The star. Okay, so this is going to be this isn't just working hard. This isn't any Eight of Pentacles. This is going to be deep, deep personal effort into your inner self. And so the star, so on a mundane level, I would say this is Eight of Pentacles, working hard, and then the Four of Wands, which is a break afterwards. But this is on a deep spiritual level. So this is the renewal of faith and hope that comes when you do this deep spiritual work. So this is going to be healing on a deeply profound, life-changing level after this work is completed in October. So November is, it's going to be a place that's rejuvenating in a way that you can start to set all brand new intentions, bigger ones than you set here in August. All right, Capricorn for December. What's Capricorn looking at in December? The Wheel of Fortune. So things will be turning in your favor. After this renewal of faith and hope, this is where you'll start to see things actually change in the outward world. Things are going to start moving again. There's a slowdown here where you go within and start to do your work. There's a rest and relaxation and enjoyment of your efforts profoundly here. And then this is back to it. And this is watching things start to move again. And when we break this down, when this month comes up, I'll get more into it. But there is a need here to stay in the center of this and not to be this guy that's getting kind of bowled over, where we have ups and we have our downs and we have our ups and our downs. But how do you be right here and stay grounded and centered while the whole world spins around you? That comes when you can accomplish these things you do here in October and November. So this will be awesome to break down at the end of the year next year, Capricorn. I can't wait.